I've bought the house, but now what? How am I going to make this life work?
How do I create an income for myself? Because buying the house was only the beginning. What can I do that would actually work well in Italy? My neighbour Diego grew up here. He told me that 100 years ago, these hills were covered in vegetables. Families survived from this land. They were poor. Children were often married by the age of 14. Even now, well into his 80s, Diego still works the land.
I've looked into working for someone, but the wages are actually quite low. So then I looked into starting my own business. But social contributions and taxes can get very high very quickly.
But the more I thought about it, I kept coming back to one thing: the land. I own a small patch of land just under half an acre, which is surrounded by vineyards on two sides and forest on the other. It's peaceful, idyllic, and completely private. No one looks in on my land. I don't know why yet, but I feel like the answer is somewhere out there, on my little patch of Italy.
As I started researching, I discovered something I hadn't expected. In Italy, income from farming is treated differently. There are different tax rules and different percent of social contributions. Suddenly, the idea didn't seem so impossible.
So if this land is my answer, what should I ask it to become? I don't think I should do something that's already here. I can't out-Italian the Italians. But maybe I don't have to.
The more I think about it, the more I begin to realise that my biggest advantage isn't the land. It's me. I'm Australian. When I first started this YouTube channel, I called it European Pantry. At the time, I thought it was just a name. Now I'm starting to wonder, without even realising it, had I already planted the first seed?
I seem to be coming back to that idea. I remember thinking flowers and local products. And now I'm thinking Australian flowers. It's funny how ideas move in circles. One thing I noticed when I first bought the property was the large driveway. It seemed like such an odd thing to notice. I remember thinking it was significant, that it was an integral part of the story. There's also a cellar, which has a separate door facing this driveway. It could almost be a shop. People could park easily, wander in and discover something they weren't expecting. Back in Australia, I made condiments with chili. Now in Italy, I have land. I can grow produce. I can make and preserve things. I could have my own cellar door filled with things I make from the land. Maybe I could sell local products too.
But how do I get the locals to come? I feel it has something to do with me being Australian. I see an A-frame board out on the main road. Maybe all I need is one word. Australia. Just enough to make someone wonder, why is there something Australian here? And what could I offer that is uniquely Australian? Could it be products? Or maybe experiences? Or even Australian plants? Could people spend the night around a campfire with a billy can and swags?
To the back of my block is Diego's abandoned vineyard. It's only small. I often think I would like to work those vines. It's something I really enjoy. For more than 5 years, I worked the vineyards on the Mornington Peninsula in Victoria. At that time, I never imagined those years might one day become useful again. Maybe I could make a little boutique wine or sell the grapes.
When I bought this place, I thought my job was to decide what it should become. But lately, I'm wondering if my real job is simply to pay attention. Perhaps building a life in Italy isn't about arriving with all the answers. Maybe it's about noticing the clues. Maybe this property already knows what it wants to become. And I just have to listen.
Oh, I can hear the train. And hear a little cat as well. Oh, there you are. What are you doing? Are you okay? Oh my goodness. Just a minute. Are you okay? Oh, your mummy's there. Go and get your baby. Silly cat. Okay. Just trying to get this main root. I've cut it through. Cut it through down here. There's another root down there. I want to make sure I get. But as I said, look, I'll try and get the ladder here. It's very uneven, the ground though. It is right through it.